Just waiting for everybody to come on. Deedle 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 deedle. Deedle 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 deedle.
Welcome back to Winter Life with Sleep Country, where after a resolute holiday...
Sorry, guys. That was just an ad playing on my computer. Look like a GTA NPC. Don't the GTA NPCs stand like this? Hi, Mr. Croc. What's going on, guys? Welcome up. Like up the live. Give it a thumbs. Give it a thumbs up, guys. And ask your favorite questions. Sebastian, what's going on? Sebastian Desjarles. Ask me your favorite questions. You give it a nice like? Thanks, guys. I see 8 people watching and I only see 1 like, so what are the other 7 of you doing? What are you guys doing right now? Give me a nice little like. What are the balloons in the background? Oh, those were balloons for my wife. It was her birthday a couple days ago. So I gave her some balloons. So they're like birthday balloons. I could show them to you guys if you want. See? Do I play Call of Duty? I don't think so. Trying to figure out if that's inappropriate for you. Oh, appropriate hat? What's wrong with the hat? Oh Lord, oh living one, I was a long time ago. Who's Sweaty Man Jenkins? I don't know. Who's Sweaty Man Jenkins? Guarding one's tongue in the sacred mosque. What is the treatment for high testosterone levels in the body? And does it have negative effects on the body? The treatment? What do you mean? What is the treatment? Like, what do you do if you have high testosterone levels in the body? I don't know if there is a treatment. I think you just have to live with it. You know what I mean? There's no treatment, guys. Microsoft Edge. That's the browser that I use. I don't know about you guys. I don't use Google Chrome. I use Microsoft Edge. I'm thinking maybe a sombrero. Oh, like instead of a ball cap, you mean like use a sombrero? I mean, it's entirely possible. Thanks for the subscription, Sebastian. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers, guys. So every little one counts right now. You know, I'm getting so close. I'm over 800. I literally found you. Thank you, C. Loose. No, what is it? C. Lasu. Chromium. Zara uses. Yeah, Zara uses Chromium. Google. Damn. Yeah, I'm trying my best, guys. It's not easy here. It's really not easy. I used to use Firefox. I've never really used Firefox that much, guys, to be honest. I used to use it like on Macs, like, but I didn't really ever have a Mac. But like I feel like I've used like my friend's MacBook, you know what I mean? Or like whatever. You know, if I knew somebody who owned a Mac, I'd usually use the Firefox because it seemed to be like the one that was for the MacBook. Maybe a funky cowboy hat and a scarf. Maybe. I definitely don't have any funky hats right now, but I have a scarf. I got it for free from the Vancouver Canucks game. Just got here, hoping to take my mind off the awful, crippling gambling addiction that I have and just listen in and feel better. What are the balloons for? I already explained that. Those are for my wife's birthday. I got her some balloons. There used to actually be more. I think there was like 4 or 5 balloons all tied together. But I'm guessing my little nephew started playing with them, and now they're just floating around our room at this point because I don't know where the other ones are. They're all over the house. I've always thought why all the creative outputs ultimately based on existing knowledge. Well, I guess how would somebody make a creative outlook on non-existing knowledge? Like, are you talking about like the art of discovery, maybe? Like you saying more people should have undiscovered knowledge or undiscovered outlets? Old man Jenkins and his jalopy. The balloons are for his wife's birthday. Oh yeah, I already explained that. Happy birthday. Cool, cool. You're Canadian? Hell yeah. I'm Canadian. 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. 8 or 9. I'd say 6 or 7. Um, but yeah, anyways, guys, for the balloons, just don't worry about them. They're just in the background now. They're just chilling. And as soon as I said 6, 7, the viewer count went down by 10, guys. Um, that's when you know it's over. Like it's over for 6, 7, guys. It's done. It's been beaten into the ground so quickly that it doesn't even matter anymore. But yeah, anyways, guys, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I didn't just get her balloons, by the way. I got her other stuff too. Like for example, I got her 24 roses. Yeah, something non-existent. Your mind can't make something up. Clearly, those balloons are gonna be a problem. Yeah, like you can't start a live stream with a couple of balloons in the background without people asking about them. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible. You can't. It doesn't work. If you have balloons in the background of your live stream, people are gonna ask. Yeah, I know there was there was more on before Sebastian. They all left when I said 6, 7, guys. It was actually brutal. Um, but yeah, I also got her 24 roses, like 2 dozen, and I also got her a bottle of perfume, or not bottle, but you know, like a perfume thing. 6, 7 has negative aura. Is her birthday January 20? No, her birthday already passed. It was January 17th. So these are 2-day old balloons at this point. Like I said, at first they looked nice and there was like a bouquet of them. Like there was a bunch of balloons all tied together. And I think we have a 4-year-old nephew and he likes balloons, he loves chasing them around and bopping them and stuff, right? So at this point, those two were tied together, and they're just hanging out in our room, and I don't know where the rest of them are. I'm thinking you're gonna have to invent new stories behind those balloons to retain viewership. Okay, guys, so these balloons, I rescued them from. They were going to go to the balloon recycling plant, but I just couldn't bear to watch them go there. So I rescued them. Yeah. So these are rescue balloons. I've decided adopted them, and I've named them, and I can't bear to let them go. Yes, those balloons were orphans originally. They were going to be, yeah, like I said, they were going to be slaughtered, like in a ritualistic balloon sacrifice to the god of helium. And I took them. I took them, and I treat them as my rescue balloons. You steal it from a child. You mean no, no. Let me explain what we do with these balloons, guys. It's even funnier what we do with the child. We take them and we run around with them like this, and we bop them. We bop them at him like we basically bop him in the head with the balloons. He loves it though. He loves it. Thief. What an angel. Thank you for your sacrifice. Yeah, exactly, guys. These balloons were about to be put down. They were about to be put down. And look at them. They're way up there now, thanks to me. I kept them alive. So, yeah, that's the story behind the balloons. I think I'll sell my channel. How do you mean sell your channel? How do you sell it? I believe they represent your efforts to save the whales. Yeah. Oh yeah, and sorry to answer that one guy's question. He asked me if I'm in BC. I think long distance traveler asked. I'm in BC right now. I'm in Vancouver Island. I'm glad they found your channel, my guy. I was searching for a while. Why don't you just subscribe then? See Lasu? If you subscribe, then you won't have to search. You just check your subscribers. You'll find it. Big Snacks, 8889. Sorry, 8989. Hello. What's going up, Big Snacks? Yeah, that's what I did. Mr. Croc. Well, I did. There you go, guys. I forgot. Just hit it right now. You're on the channel. Go ahead. Boba's overrated. Unpopular opinion. You know, I think I have to agree with you, Dr. Not So Happy. But, okay, let me clarify my thoughts, though. Boba is bubble tea. It's what they call it for short. Bubble tea, I don't know if anybody's ever had this. It's like I think it's Taiwan. It's Taiwanese originally. And it was brought over to North America recently. And I mean recently as in like I never even heard of bubble tea or boba until probably like probably less than 10 years ago. Like maybe about 7 to 8 years ago, I even heard of bubble tea. Like the first time I heard of it, I just was like, "Oh, bubble tea, that's some Asian thing. I've never even heard of that," right? But anyways, the first few times I tried it, I didn't like it at all. I was like, this is weird. It's disgusting. I didn't like it. It felt strange because there's the reason they call it bubble tea, there's not bubbles in it, like actual like air bubbles. There's tapioca pearls in it. So they're like little balls. There's like little balls inside of your drink. And then as you suck the straw, as you slurp the drink, it's like a smoothie with balls inside of it. As you suck and slurp, the balls, they like pop through the straw. You know what I mean? I just realized you have a 19 years old channel. Who does? Oh, you have. They don't just do teas. They put those balls in everything now. I don't even know what platform I'm on. This is YouTube. This is YouTube Shorts, I guess, or short streams or whatever. Best gay streamer. Thanks, Van Perez. Thanks for that comment. I really appreciate that one. For me, it's 11:58. For me, it's 9:58. Where the hell are you, Sebastian? I guess you're in Mountain Time. I'm gonna guess, like maybe no, yeah, probably Alberta, maybe. How did I meet my wife? I met her at work. We worked at the same place. But yeah, anyways, to clarify my opinion, I didn't like the bubble tea the first time I tried it. I was like, this is weird. It's kind of gross. I don't know. I didn't really like it. Maybe I got a bad flavor, but I also was like not a fan of the bubbles, like of the tapioca pearls. But then eventually, as I tried it a few more times over the years, I eventually started to like it, and I liked it a little bit more. I would actually um like be a like I was more of a fan of it. But originally I did not like it. Then I became more of a fan of it, but yet I still think it's probably overrated. Like some people are like, "Oh my god, I love bubble tea. It's the best ever. Oh, let's go for bubble tea." And like bubble tea is like this huge thing for them, right? And I think that's what makes it overrated cuz like I'm like, "Okay, I'd go for bubble tea." Like if my wife said, "Hey, let's go for bubble tea" as a cute date, I'd be like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I will go for bubble tea with you." But like some people like live and die for bubble tea, you know? Like they think Bubba's like the greatest thing, since sliced bread, but it's just like it's just kind of like a smoothie or a Slurpee with some tapioca pearl balls inside of it. You know what I mean? So I would agree. It's probably a little bit overrated. Yeah, let's jump back into the comments. St. Laurent, Manitoba. I live in Manitoba. It's 12. Turns out YouTube has 20 years on my channel inside the zero point 0.1 channels made. Nice. Good for you. Guess what? Do you want kids? Eventually, yeah. Now it's 12 p.m. The balloon are bubbles from bubble tea that were not harvested in time. Yeah, exactly. Like if you don't actually suck the bubbles out of your bubble tea in time, they start growing and they get bigger and bigger. Eventually, they get this big, and if you don't adopt them, like they end up going to the bubble tea slaughterhouse. So I saved them. These are rescue balloons behind me. Bubble tea was a trend. Was a trend. It's 12 where I live in Manitoba. Hey boy, don't bite the camera. Do that again. Grab the balloons. What was I talking about again? Bubble tea, balloons. You at 20 views. Yeah, it's going up. Bubble tea, balloons, Battlestar Galactica. Bubble tea. What were we talking about again? Oh, the trend. Yeah, it's kind of a trend. Yeah, it's one of those foods that are like things that just became so popular so fast. Bubble tea shops opened up in every downtown and like every plaza on the corner, all over the place. But I kind of like it. So to finish off my thought, I would say that I agree that it's overrated. Bubble tea is overrated, but I don't hate it. Like I actually like it. I actually kind of like it. If you get a nice good flavor, like for example, the place I used to go to frequently was called Coco's. Coco's Bubble Tea in Chinatown in Calgary. And I would get the brown sugar milk latte tea, and it would have a nice sweet sort of like tea slash brown sugar type flavor. And it was pretty good. Or there's fruity ones, like you can get mango or strawberry. There was a really nice one called strawberry milk tea latte, and it was pretty good. You ever work on cars? Sometimes, yeah. It was really gay. Oh, when I was I was demonstrating how to suck the bubble tea bubbles, right? Um, Sort of. I've worked on cars a little bit. I'm no expert or mechanic by any means, but like I can do some car repairs, like basic things like change a tire, change a battery, swap a battery out. If it's something pretty simple, like for example, when we had a Honda, the camshaft position sensor broke on it, and I watched some YouTube videos and I figured out how to exchange it. It was he was a huge headache and a big hassle to do. It took me like 2 or 3 days to figure it all out, but I was able to work on it. Could you give us coin clipping lessons? I literally don't even know what that means. It's 2 a.m. here in Nova Scotia. Damn, that's late, eh? Can you change the transmission? No, I couldn't do that. That's way too complicated. I can hear something in the background. That's probably just my family, my wife and her sister and mom talking about stuff. I don't know. Filter change. Yeah, exactly. Like I could do the basic stuff, like filter changes and stuff like that. I couldn't swap a transmission. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't know the first thing about unhooking a transmission. You know, it's too that's too complicated for me. Bubble tea is like Sydney Sweeney, overrated, but not, but no hate to her. I'm on live. It's okay.
I just needed to draw. Oh, sorry. Can I hold this?
Sure, yeah. Well, actually, no. It's too dark then. Technically, 3 batteries on the 2019 Mercedes. Bubble tea originally came to Earth via the Galactica. Oh, really? I thought it was from Taiwan. It's simple. You know how it works. How much to tint windows? I could learn how, not difficult. I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't learn how. I just don't think I could. If you said, "Hey, change the transmission," I would be I would have to be looking up a lot of manuals, reading a lot of watching a lot of, how-to videos and a lot of consternation about figuring this thing out. You know what I mean? But I definitely probably could figure it out. I don't know how much to tint a window though, to be honest. Do you play GTA? I have played GTA like in the past, but I don't play it currently because I don't have any system right now. I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation or whatever. The last GTA I played was probably San Andreas. I was sure it was from Korea. You know what? It might have been from Korea. It might have been, but I'm pretty sure it was Taiwan. Are you Ali from the royalty family? No, I'm not. It's not that much. It's just the desire to do it. Are you an engineer? No, I'm not. You said they would not arrest Canadians. Your wife and sister say they are somewhere else. Who? What are you talking about? The ICE agents or whatever? I'm a design engineer in making. Nice. I never knew about that. You, it's tricky. Comments are hella weird. Some of the comments don't make much sense. Yeah, the ice agents. It's Tricky was a good video game with snowboarding. Yeah, I love that game, SS Tricky or whatever. I'm trying to save the world, but no big deal. I want to hear about it. Two guys kept asking if you were Jewish a while ago. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like talking about religion on here, to be honest, guys. And I'll explain why. Like, I'll give you my reasoning why. It's just that it's a personal thing between yourself, your family, and God. You don't need to involve a bunch of strangers unless you want to. Like, if you want to, then all the power to you, right? But personally, I don't like doing it because it's such a heated topic for some people, and I think it can steer the conversations in the wrong directions very easily. You know what I mean? Like, because people feel so passionate about their religions. So if they start saying this and that about different religions and asking for your opinions on things that have religious connotations, it can get sour really quickly. It's like those things. It's like an old saying. I don't know if you guys ever heard this, but it's like there's 3 things you never talk about at the dinner table, like at Thanksgiving dinner tables or whatever. And it's religion, politics, and finances. Supposedly, that's what people say, or that was at least an old saying, right? And the reason why they said that is because those 3 things can start to get heated, and you don't want a heated discussion, right? You don't want to make arguments with your family and friends, right? So, um, I try to steer pretty clear away from that type of stuff. They say they're from Iraq. They are from Iraq, not technically. They're both born in Canada. They're Canadian, but they're from Iraqi heritage. When will our political parties start addressing the fact that the price of Tarts keeps going up while the packages keep getting smaller. Well, you know what? Pop Tarts are honestly garbage. Like nobody should be eating that stuff anyways. You should be eating fresh ground whole wheat bread that you made yourself if you want that bready, pop tarty goodness. And then the sugar, you know, the icing or whatever, all that sugar crap that's in there. If you want, then get some naturally sourced, organic honey and pour that on your bread. And that's your Pop Tart. Bro, I'm playing Call of Duty 4. Good for you, bro. Mr. Green, The Grand Illusion is trending on Y2 or YT. I've never heard of that. Mr. Green, The Grand Illusion is trending on YouTube. You look Spanish to me. I'm not Spanish. God wills it. Very mature and smart, actually. You're right. Oh, yeah, about the religion thing. Yeah. Mr. Waffle, why are you not cuddling the missus? Why are you always asking about that, Mr. Oscar? You're always like so obsessed with me hanging out with her. I'm able to have a few moments to to ourselves here and there. But don't you worry. Grains are trash, bro. You're a bot. I ain't a bot, bro. If you don't shame people, people sin and feel obliged to sin more often. And when sin turns to normalcy, the old sayings don't matter. Okay, well then shame on you guys for even asking if I'm Jewish. They said they live in Canada. Were you all born in the same hospital? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I know, right? You literally look like a proud owner of a chair that's in the corner of your bedroom. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, bro. That's kind of a weird question. All right, bro. Bedtime. Have a nice one. But before leave, classic hello. Love your lives. And shout out to my brother, Dixon Myers. Huge, huge shout out to Dixon Myers. I hope by the summer that your channel blow up and get big as you wanted it to be. Thanks so much, Dwayne Sledge. I appreciate that. I really do. I hope so too. I think at the rate that it's been going, the trajectory gets better and better, because as you start to gain more subscribers, the momentum starts, it's like a ball rolling down the hill, and you start getting more and more buzz, more and more people start hopping on the live stream, right? And then so you get a bit more traction, you get momentum, you get motion. Is avocado healthy? I would say avocado is pretty healthy. I've heard it's a source of healthy fat, and it's good energy or whatever. But I'm not a big fan of avocado. I personally think that avocado is overrated. I've had some good avocado, but I don't know, something about it just kind of it's not my favorite, You know what I mean? Like I'm just a little I think avocado is overrated. I'm just going to say it, guys. Unpopular opinion, avocado is overrated. Come at me. Come at me, guys, if you think that avocado is good. Yes, W chat. Every time I come on here, I see you waffling. Shame on the chat. Shame on the chat. Do you speak other languages? Sort of. I speak French, but like really shittily. I speak Spanish, also even worse, like barely. Like I think because I'm learning it on Duolingo, my current level is like elementary proficiency or whatever. And then I have been dabbling in Arabic, but it's basically like non-existent. Like I couldn't really hold a conversation in Arabic. I just know a lot of very basic words and phrases kind of, but not enough to actually like be able to hold any sort of a semblance of a conversation. Whoop whoop, shame on us all. I love it. Yeah, shame on you guys for even asking that. Shout out to you for reading all the comments. You deserve my subscribe. Thanks, Oscar Shaw. I appreciate it. I try to read every single comment, guys. I know I go back a little bit, and some people have been saying, oh, try to keep up or whatever, but I like to take my time a little bit, think of each answer individually, because I don't want to say something off the cuff without like really pondering it for a moment. Oscar, you're a weirdo, bro. Stop worrying about people's wives. Fats. You said, so politics, religion, or finances, and then you diss Pop-Tarts? I have my finger on the unsubscribe. Oh no. Oh no. It's a 9 out of 10. Try that on a Triscuit biscuit. Thoughts on Americans wanting to invade Canada? Um, I don't think that's. I think it's just fervor. It's not real. It's fake fervor that's been sensationalized by the media. And one thing about Americans is they like to unite and have a thing to stand up against. You know, they like to feel like the hero. You know, they like to feel like the force to be reckoned with. So when an imposing figure like Donald Trump comes along and he says stuff like "I'm gonna make Canada the 51st state" or whatever, it rallies his people. You know, people that support him. It rallies them to be like, "Hell yeah, bro, this is sick. I want to go for it." So I don't think it's real. Like most Americans, if you truly ask them, they'd be like, "No, there's no point. Like we're not gonna take over Canada." But they feel like it went in the moment. You know what I mean? My wedding is soon, but I'm still young. I don't want to rush things. I'm fluent in Arabic. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Salam alaikum. What's this angle? What do you mean, what's this angle? The angle of my balloons? I rescued those balloons. My daughter had an app. She said she had to pay for it. Oh, the Duolingo? Yeah. SDN4 is a weirdo. All right, I'm going to bed. Good night, Sebastian. You look like you bit the boom out of a bomb. I've never heard that one before. I really appreciate that comment because I've never seen it before. Facts. I have the cheese. You're so fucked. Do collabs with Zara on a theme you two will choose and broadcast at the same time, like date night with Zara, our first meeting, etc., etc. We've done a few little collabs like that before. You dropped into a huge hyena den. This is like this is a hypothetical scenario. Are you totally against Canada becoming the 51st state? Well, when you ask me that question, um, when you ask me totally, I think about the words of your question, right? Because you said totally. I'm not totally against it, by which I mean I could envision a scenario in which that could happen somehow. Like, even though like I said, I don't think it ever would or it's going to, or I don't believe that it's even real. Like there's no real threat of it. But all I'm saying is I could envision a possible world. Like it's not a zero chance that this would ever happen in the history of the world, right? So when you say totally, I don't think in my totality I'm against the Canada becoming the 51st state. But I am against it in the fact that I don't think that anything like that needs to happen. It's fine just the way it is. You know, we're a sovereign nation. We have our own political systems. You know, we have our own government and leaders, and we don't need to be invaded or governed by the United States of America. So I am against it, but I would not say totally against it because, like I said, I could envision a scenario where it was the 51st state and nothing that would really change. Like my day-to-day life would be fine. You know, there would just be a little bit of a different vibe as to how the country operates. The culture of the communities would be affected, but no, not so much in that. Basically, Americans and Canadians are actually very, very similar. You know, like we talk about our differences all the time, but to the rest of the world, there's not much difference. You know what I mean? Like I could transplant myself into basically any any American city, and I don't think I would feel out of place in the slightest. Almost anywhere. You know, no more than almost every city in Canada, I would not feel out of place. Like I feel like I own this land and um I am a part of it in a sense that I don't feel like culturally unaccepted here at all. And I don't think you would in America. I don't think I would. Like, I don't think Canadians would either. So Canadians and Americans are actually really, really similar. And so I think it would work basically. Okay, let's jump back up into the comments. What time is it for me? I already said it's 10:18. Do you expect him to be Arab or Jewish? Till they ask for help. Then it'll be 51. Thanks. Building America empire for us. Thanks. Thank you, Muslims. We will be heroes. Who was behind 9/11? I think there was a shadow organization behind 9/11, and there was a lot of involvement from a lot of different um, Illuminati type folks that are basically the puppet masters pulling the strings. And uh, I don't want to say much more about who I think it is, but I think you guys know who I'm talking about. You're lucky you aren't governed by the United States of America. Doing hard work for us. Still thinking about boom from the bomb. Yeah, what did that one mean? That was a really weird one. Who said that again? Let's ask him. I'm scrolling back up. Dana? Is it Dana Kins? No, Dan Atkins. You look like you bit the boom out of a bomb. That is a strange comment. What did you mean by that? It says here, you said I looked at the chat log. It says here that you look like you bit the boom out of the bomb. Now, what did you mean by that? That was my Chris Hansen impression, by the way, guys. Who was behind 9/11? I already explained that. Don't be afraid. Advola Sultan. It's all good. Hey, who was that guy that was in politics up there? That guy got caught smoking drugs. Oh, that was former mayor of Toronto, Rob Ford. He and I say former because he's currently deceased. He died of like cancer or something. They said that's what they claimed. But anyways, he was smoking crack. He smoked crack while he was the mayor of Toronto. Like he was he was the mayor of Toronto, and he smoked crack. They got him on tape smoking a crack pipe. He also would get drunk. In fact, that's what his excuse was. Like once the video finally became public and it was known that he smoked the crack pipe, he claimed that he was too drunk to remember that he did that. Like that was his like excuse. Like that was his reasoning. You know what I mean? Like he got caught in a scandal and they were like, "Can you explain like what happened here?" And he's like, I was drunk." Like crazy, guys. It's crazy that happened. Hockey, it's 1 a.m. Why are you still awake? Oh no, it's only 10. It's only 10 where I am. I'm like you, but different. You're in my world now. Canadians are typically really nice Americans that enjoy Pop-Tarts. I know, I'm sorry I dissed the Pop-Tarts, guys. I was just joking. I was trying to act like a health nut. But to be honest, if somebody put a nice, fresh, nice, beautiful little Pop-Tart in front of me right now, I would eat it. You remind me of Jimmy from South Park. Which guy's Jimmy again? Is he the guy that's like mentally handicapped or whatever? I saw in the comment on another live about the bomb. Is this like a new trend or something then? Gigi moving to Calgary. No. To the Canadians, I'm only mind fucking. All for one, one for all. Maybe of Castor Bridge? Mayor of Castor Bridge. No, he was the mayor of Toronto, the guy who smoked crack. Fuck, I got work tomorrow. Oh my god. You so cute. I'm heard. Visor or cage? When I play hockey, I wear a cage because the cage protects your whole face. It protects your mouth too. I know you guys are gonna say, "Oh, that's a pussy move," blah blah blah. You know, visors are better, but guys, I don't want to lose a tooth. You know what I mean? Like, do you know how annoying that would be? You'd have to go to the dentist and shit. Like, hello there. How's it going? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, Ashish. Hi, Jack. Jack Whitemore was in a relationship for 19 years. She had severe BPD. Now that it ended, I feel deeply fearful of entering another relationship. At this point, I find it very difficult to trust women again. So BPD, I'm guessing that stands for bipolar disorder. Is that right? I don't know how to reconcile your feelings, bro. Like if you can't trust women again because one woman had bipolar disorder, uh I think you just need to talk to more women then at this point because that probably was just a one-off. You know, I think you're misjudging a whole gender because of one woman. You know what I mean? Like you gotta just try a little harder. You know what I mean? Oh, it's borderline personality disorder. Okay. Well, either way, just because you met one person with a mental illness doesn't mean you should judge a whole 50% of the population based off of it. So let me guess, you said the thing about the Pop Tarts because you were drunk. That was, yeah, that was the mayor of Toronto. What do you think about the Hitler song by Kanye West? Um, I think honestly, the Hitler song or the Nazi song or whatever that Kanye West made, I think it was a brilliant um piece of art. It was a brilliant piece of art because hear me out, guys. Hear me out. The reason why is because um it was shocking and evocative and uh it really it went somewhere that nobody was ever dared go before, you know? And it kind of proved a little bit of hypocrisy in um the music world, you know, like when it comes to censorship and things like that. Because if you listen to music, if you listen to especially hip hop and rap music specifically, which is what Kanye West is, he's a hip hop artist, a rapper, right? Um, some of the lyrics of some songs are so incredibly vile, um, rude, disgusting, pornographic, hate filled, and racist, all kinds of basically every bad word that you could think of, you could apply that to many different um examples of different hip hop and rap lyrics and songs, right? And yet they all remain on Spotify, they all remain on, Apple Music or whatever. They're always there, right? And then when he came out with that Hitler song, it got taken down, right? Like they took it down. It's not even on there anymore because it was too controversial. Like he found something. He went somewhere where no other rapper was ever. He did something that no other rapper was ever able to do. Make a song so um demonized that they literally took it down. Like it's not there anymore. As far as I know, like I don't think you can go listen to that song anymore. And it didn't really affect his career in any way, as far as I know. I mean, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure all the um like all this any type of publicity that a person like Kanye West can get is good publicity, you know? At least that's how it seems from my opinion, just the way it looks to me. But um I think it was brilliant and it was a genius piece of art. Will we all stand before God one day and we deserve to go to hell, but Jesus saved us and paid the debt of our sins and accept free gift to him into our heart, we will be saved and forgiven. Thanks for that comment, Owie. Cage is good. I don't want to mess with the boom from the bomb. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to bit the boom bomb right now. Not with my mouth, you know? Borderline personality. Oh, I already read that. So, hey, they smoke those drugs. Do you think it's addictive or they just do it for fun? Who? The mayor of Toronto? I think he did it. I think he was doing it for fun. Um, it was a money grab. 19 years with BPD does a lot of damage. Much love, bro. Bro, I want to know about you. What's your hobbies? Me, I play hockey. I go hiking. I like the outdoors. I like going travel. I'm a bit of a foodie. Like I love food. Um, I love what else? I just like sports in general. Like I actually love doing outdoor activities like tennis, skiing, running. If I had a bike, I would go biking. Like I have rollerblades. Uh, I go swimming. Did you put that balloon there on purpose because the light is messing with your camera? It actually helps. It actually kind of helps because if I didn't have the balloon there, um, yeah, the light is so bright, right? But I like to put it in front of the. I like to put the balloons in front of the light to make it so that the yeah, the light is not as bright. What game is this? Where are the balloons? The balloons are behind my head. Yeah, the strategically placed balloons. Hello, Cheeky. Kanye lost his sponsorship. Jesus died in a knife fight and was replaced by his twin brother, Gary Christ. I prefer not to listening any of those guys. I'm from Detroit. I like Motown sound. Personally, I like Kanye West. Like I like I'm not that big into rap or hip hop. Like I don't hate it or whatever, but I just don't listen to it that much. Mostly because of like I told you guys before, a lot of the lyrics are very like hardcore. You know, like they're very edgy and filled with a lot of like swears and negative, you know, like violent imagery and acts. A lot of it is. Not all of it is. Some of it's not, but um Kanye West, I actually really like his music. You know, it's typically has good beats, good flow, you know, good like you know, catchy, you know, hooks. So he's one of my favorite hip hop artists. Can you stop talking, please? You're giving me a headache. Okay, guys, I'm gonna talk for just a few minutes because of user TNTQV8IU3N has a headache. You doing better now, bud? You want to drink some water or something? I guess you're 34 years old. Eclipse of the Whale song. Sorry, Eclipse of the Whale Saving Bubble Balloon. Yeah, I don't I don't understand that comment. Why is it a bad thing that he smoked crack? Because it's an illegal substance? Alcohol and illegal substance, but they couldn't make it illegal because it was too popular. Yeah, that's why it's bad, guys. That's why it's bad, Z44, because he is a politician, you know, somebody sworn into office, you know, who is supposed to represent the, you know, the municipal level of government, and you know, technically should be an upstanding citizen, you know, somebody who abides by the letters of the law, you know what I mean? And to be out there smoking crack, an illegal drug substance, you know, it's just it's a bad look. Like it's really unclassy and it's really um it's to me it's hypocritical, you know, because you know, a lot of people demonize you know, drugged up homeless people that like, you know, have nowhere to sleep and they end up in the alleys in a ditch or whatever, right? And if you saw a guy smoking crack down there, you know, you'd look down upon them and think they're a worthless person, right? And yet, if you're the mayor of a grand city like Toronto, it's a disgrace then. You know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't have done that. I love your movie reviews, bro. Which movie reviews? Did I do a movie review? I forget. What do you do when you're not streaming? When I'm not streaming, I'm usually working, sleeping, eating, hanging out with my wife. Sometimes I'm hanging out with my family, um, watching hockey, playing hockey, you know, doing stuff like that. Thanks, my guy. Oh, you're welcome, bro. Holy, I love your voice. Thanks so much, Desaria. Headache gone. How do you trim your beard? I need advice. I use like a beard trimmer. I'll show it to you. Here, I'll go get it. This is it. And what I do? Oh, the mayor of Toronto. The former mayor. This was like years ago, guys. This happened in like 2010 or something. I forget what year it happened. But yeah, this trimmer thing I have has it has like these things, these like attachments or whatever. So it like blocks the blades, so you could like make your beard a certain height or whatever. What's the most chaotic thing the chat has ever done? Chaotic? I haven't had that many chaotic chats, but there's some people that just come in and just keep spamming bad words. You know what I mean? Like they try to spell out the N word and stuff like that. I once wrote a song called "There's Bunnies in My Yard." Hardly any bad words. There's some bunnies in the yard. There's some bunnies in the yard. Is that how it went? Any goals you're working on towards right now? Um, that's a really good question. I mean, there's a few. There's a few goals I'm working on right now. I was not abusing Pop Tarts when I wrote "Bunnies in My Yard." Do you have any of his shoes? Whose shoes? Whose shoes are you talking about? What helps a streamer the most? Lurking, chatting, or sharing? I think sharing does. The lurkers help the least because I think lurking is just you're just sitting there and it doesn't really help because um, I think the algorithm, like the whatever the machine is that pumps out the streams to different people, like to give them a chance to see your content. I think if somebody just lurks on a stream, it's fine, but the algorithm doesn't want people to just sit there and watch it. They like interactions. They like you know, button clicks, you know? So if you chat, chatting might be as well. I think the combination of chatting and sharing is probably the best. He whacks it. What the F do you think he does? I liked your cry of fear. Let's play last Thursday. I don't really understand that comment, Warner Reno. Well, I liked your cry of fear. Let's play last Thursday. I don't really, I just, like, again, I read it again just to see if I didn't understand it. It didn't make sense the second time. Well, if you see a homeless person drinking vodka, you judge them. If you see a rich person drinking on a private jet, you may not be a bad thing. Have you seen the series The Gentleman? It's so good. Do check it out, bro. I guess I see what you're saying, Z44. That does make sense. Like, the vodka example the perception of it does change, right? But at the same time, because of this nature of the illegal substance, like the fact that the drug itself is illegal, that means it's tied into organized crime, and the organized crime is it's one of the worst things about a city. You know what I mean? Like there's no real organized crime in any small towns because it's too small of a town, right? But a big city like Toronto specifically probably has a lot of lifelong criminals and gangsters that uh, are involved in the illegal trafficking of whatever chemicals are used to make crack cocaine. Like cocaine, it's probably cocaine, right? So um, the person who is in charge of the political affairs there, like the mayor, should not be involved in that in any way, shape, or form, right? Because and the reason why it's bad is because of the way that the system's set up. Like alcohol is also a substance that could be legal. Like you said, it's also a mind altering, negative effect substance, right? That could be abused by people. Some people, lose their lives to alcoholism and blah blah blah, right? You could make that argument. Well, it's no worse than another drug like crack cocaine, right? But the system has allowed it to be legal. That means that just people can legally produce it, sell it, and export it. All of that gives them a chance to tax it, which is the most important part, because the taxing of that substance is what builds the budget so that they can actually make improvements to the city that they're building, right? And it keeps people from having to go to jail. It keeps the prisons from having to get filled up with um, smugglers and drug dealers, and also the death that could occur through gang violence, right? The crime that could be committed by um, people who have nothing left to live for because they're so like destitute. So that's why it's bad for the mayor of Toronto to smoke crack. Have you ever seen? Already read that one. So you hockey jerseys and no skates? I don't understand. Was that a question? So you hockey jerseys and no skates. That's not really a question. You're gonna have to rephrase it. Bobby Orr or Alex Ovechkin? That's a great question. I would say Bobby Orr. Are you circumcised? I'm not gonna answer that. Z44, your opinion's very valid. What's up, Dan? I came across this twice. I don't know if it's because I'm subbed or just luck. I think it's probably just it comes if you go on your live streams or whatever, they try to just show you the ones that they think that you'll resonate with the most, I think. Do you play hockey? Are you rich? I do play hockey, and I think being rich is a matter of perspective. To some people, they might think I'm rich. To other people, they would think I'm very poor. You know what I mean? So the answer is no. Whiskey washy, hockey shoe. I'm so confused. Z4, don't do crack, man. Just smoke weed. It's healthy for you with moderation. I am from India. I'm lurking. Thanks, Chronic Carlos, for the lurk. I really appreciate answering all my questions. Oh, yeah, no problem. Can we hear your battle cry? Not right now, guys. It's too late. I have a sleeping nephew in the next room. I'm not going to battle cry. I'll wake him up. Parmesan seasoning from Buffalo Wild Wings is worth it. You see it in the condiments section. Really? I've never even heard of that. What's the best socks for a hockey shoe? Wool socks. I will drink that out of the bottle. Marijuana is legal over here. In the States, it's recreational. Therefore, you don't even need a medical card. Marijuana has kept me from ending myself more than I can count. What are the most known what are you most known for on social media? I don't know. I'd have to look into my analytics. But initially it was some shorts that I made. I used to make hockey edits. Like I'd take like highlights, like of a sweet goal or like, a big hit or something like that. And I'd make a little edit, like a video, like a short, put it on my shorts. And I get a lot of views on those. And that ended up getting me a lot of subs back when I first started my channel, right? But then eventually, I think I get more subs now from doing live streams. So I don't know. I'd have to look at my analytics, but I'm probably most known for being on live right now. Where do you live now, Ruben? Since you got sacked by Man United, I don't know who he's talking. Am I Ruben? Did streaming change how you see yourself? No, I don't think so. Have you considered taking steroids? No, not really. What do you think about people who take Zyn rectally? And have you ever done it? I didn't know people were taking Zyn rectally. No, I have not ever done it. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I didn't. I don't. I never thought about them. Your name is adorably fun. Oh my God! Thank you, Jessica Blackmore. In that case, your channel is going to be really huge by this summer. Oh yeah, I think so too. Smoking bad. Hi, interesting already. Thanks, Azaria. What's the one thing about your country people usually misunderstand? Um, I don't know. It might just be that people always maybe people think Canada is colder than it is sometimes. Or maybe what it is really? I think people misunderstand how big it is sometimes too. Like it's such a huge country. Like it's so far and wide. Like it's really it's mind-boggling sometimes to think about how much land we have here, like compared to other countries like Europe and even some of the smaller Asian communities or countries or whatever. It's just massive. Like it's just such a massive place. Zin rectally, kitty mode. Try meth rectally. Um, I don't think anybody should be doing anything rectally. Rectally is probably the worst way to do anything. Bro, politicians get away with so much heinous crimes, and yet people see homeless person on drugs and have more disgust towards them than anyone else. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. It's the thing that happened with Rob Ford, the former mayor. It was really disgusting that it happened like that because of so many people, and including myself. I'm not even saying that I didn't even think this as well. Like I thought it was hilarious, like when the story came out, and like people laugh at it and they think it's like they almost think it's cool in a way, but it's like, how is that cool? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is that cool that the mayor of Toronto smoked crack? You know what I mean? Like, that's not cool. Nobody would think that was cool if it was not the mayor of Toronto. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying, guys. You have hockey skates and socks. Aria from Winter Hell, why do you always ask about socks and skates? Like you're always asking about people's socks and skates. Like is it something that you're obsessed with or something? But the to answer your question, yes, I have hockey skates and socks. Alex Lifeson or Ian Thornley. I don't know who either of those guys are. Me, I'm an original from Ghana, but now I'm doing Uber and a crime by England. Was that a typo? Are you just admitting that you do Uber and crime? Hey, what's up, Mo290X? So I looked it up. Gulab Jamun is actually pronounced Gulab Jamun. Okay. Can we hear your battle cry? I already said I'm not doing a battle cry out here. Do you ever get angry herself for like not buying Bitcoin, or you just accept that you missed out? Honestly, it's one of those ones. That one's a big one. That's a really great question, Z44. I think I sometimes do. I sometimes like really wonder and I ponder like what would have happened, you know? Because I heard about Bitcoin like a long ass time ago. Like I'm talking like 2013. I heard like rumblings of Bitcoins. Back when it was like 300 bucks a coin. And it's not like I was broke back then, you know what I mean? Like I had enough money that I could have at least bought one or two Bitcoins, you know what I mean? Like as a throwaway. Do you know what I mean, guys? Like just to think of like, oh, you know what? Let's buy a coin or two just to see what will happen, like as a little tiny throwaway investment. And I swear to God, guys, I truly thought about it. I was looking into it, and then I kind of was like, nah, this is some bullshit. I'm gonna buy this coin, and then it's gonna lose all its value and lose $300. You know what I mean? That was my mindset at the time. Is that I thought I might lose 300 bucks, or maybe 600 if I bought two or whatever. And then look what happened, guys. But at the end of the day, I do waver back to just accepting it. You don't you don't win them all or whatever, right? You can't worry about what ifs. Bro, what's your Insta ID? My Insta ID is Leighton Kiriachuk. LeightonKiriachuk. How long does it take to fit up with skates and play hockey? Um, if you know how to get dressed quickly, if you can get dressed quickly, you could probably do it in like 15-20 minutes if you're pretty quick at getting all your gear on. But it's a lot of gear though. You got to put on your skates, like your socks, your skates, your shin pads, your hockey pants, your jock strap, your shoulder pads, your elbow pads, your jersey, your helmet. You're a chill guy, Hockey, and your opinions are not that awful, unlike Zara's. No offense, but that's why I watch you more. Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's the thing is, opinions, everybody has them, but there's no such thing as the right opinion because it's just an opinion. You know what I mean? Like some people can have extremist opinions and like really, you know, wacky opinions and whatever, but there's no such thing as a wrong and a right opinion. It's just that. It's just an opinion. It's subjective instead of objective. There's no way to measure an opinion, right? I have a question. Okay, what's your question, Patrick? Patrick Z1. Zara was talking about how marrying your cousin is okay today. Okay. Do you drink every time you say rectally? Oh, drink every time. Yeah, it's a drinking game. Every time I say the word rectally, drink. About 55% of people take Zyn rectally. It's the most common way. Drink. A man used to go to wars. I almost smoked crack when I was living on the street and I couldn't afford food, but I powered through it and now I'm doing much better. Damn, see, that's a powerful story. We demand a sock stream. Canadian land is all rocky and freezes all the time. That's why the French left. Yeah, that's why the people in New Orleans, there's a bunch of French people down there. They were actually originally from Quebec. They marched all the way down there, and they went to New Orleans. Hi. Me too about NVIDIA. Yeah, I mean NVIDIA as well. Like NVIDIA is like more recent, but the Bitcoin thing was like this was like early stage Bitcoin. Hi. It takes me 5 years to make 100K. Yo, hello. But my mom and dad are rich. I hate it. People are so delusional. Man, the mayor of Washington, D.C., what's on the TV just like the mayor got caught on camera was reelected. Then you have to take it all off and not smell like a hockey rink. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you gotta wash your equipment right away. If you forget, oh, it can get bad. Volunteer at your local homeless shelter or food bank. It's a humbling experience. Rush or Big Wreck? Probably Rush. No homeless people are dirty. I mean, saying water isn't wet is wrong. Some opinions are wrong. I guess, but that's not an opinion anymore. Now you're speaking in facts, right? Zara said you're the first to apologize when you guys get into a fight. Yeah, that's true. Do you know the Gibby? Is that the Thanksgiving turkey or whatever? Gibby the Thanksgiving ghoul? Is he a turkey or a ghoul? Hockey is a gentleman. Of course, guys. Happy wife, happy life. Some sayings are true. So where is the line between opinions and facts? Well, if it can be measured, it's objective. So like you said, if somebody said, in my opinion, water is not wet, well then that's not an opinion anymore. You can measure, there's measurable assault like results that you can figure out, like, you know what I mean? Like that, there's no debating that. It's just a fact, right? If you say an opinion that's like, in my opinion, I think that, the government should restrict people's rights to firearms or something. There's no objective way to measure that. That's just how you feel, like that's just an opinion. And some people can feel in their soul that they're right about it, but another person can feel in their soul that they're right about it as well. And what that means is both people technically by their own perception are right, but there's no right opinion. Like objectively, there's no right way to say that. You know what I mean? Personal question, but do you spray cologne on your gooch? I do. I don't know if that's just me. Not generally. Like I wouldn't say generally, but I mean I'm not against it. Big facts. Yeah, almost 3 a.m. Good night. Seinfeld for president. Okay. Where did you play juniors? I didn't play juniors. Tell the joke about the Romans. The Romans? Hmm. Trying to think of some Roman joke. I can't, sorry. I got ignored. Did I ignore you, Kalak? Kalak? What did you say? I missed it. I didn't see your comment. Give us your best Donald Trump impression. Okay, I'll do we're gonna go to China. We're going to China. Okay, that was terrible, guys. I couldn't do it right now. Zara said she doesn't care at all about anyone's traumatic experiences. Pretty stupid opinion if you ask me. Fair enough. I mean, you can feel that. If that's what you feel, then that's your opinion, right? Like if that's her opinion and you feel that her opinion is a stupid opinion, well then that's your opinion of her opinion. You know, it's just an opinion on an opinion, you know what I mean? You know, I'm not here to say who's right and who's wrong, and I'll defend what I think is right. I'm not here to just generalize and, you know, like overstate anything. Like it also matters the context of it too. You know what I mean? Like if you're saying that she said that, I think that there's probably more context to the way that she said it. Under normal circumstances, I keep my opinions to myself. Did you play defense in hockey? No, I like to play out. Like I play forward, I mean like right wing or left wing. It's on her shorts page. You can find it easily. Oh yeah, that was like a quote or whatever I think you're talking about, right? Like it was like written in a it was written as a quote or something like that. What qualifies as an opinion in facts is in itself an opinion. What a can of worms. Yeah, exactly. Like you keep going down the rabbit hole. If you keep peeling away, you know, the layers of reality, like what is truly a fact or an opinion becomes very abstract. No way, I gotta check that out. LMAO. What the fuck was that? Chat. Oh, my Donald Trump? Is that what you were laughing at? We're going to China. We're going to take. No, I can't do a Donald Trump right now. I need to be more like in the moment, you know? I can do really good impressions of certain people, but I'm not in the Donald Trump mood right now. Chat is all over the place. Not even trying to hate, just saying do better. Fair enough. I mean, maybe it's misinterpreted as well. Maybe you're misinterpreting the quote, but it's me. I'm always right. Just me, always. Hi, buddy. How are you? One question. 2, 3, 5, 7. What comes next? Let me think of this. So this is a number pattern. 2, 3, 5, 7. I'm going to say 11, maybe. Women not taking accountability versus men being creeps. Who wins? I don't really understand. Like, what are they fighting in? Women not taking accountability versus men being creeps? Like, are you saying what happens more? Or I don't understand the question. This dude ain't white. Don't claim white. Her quote was, after a certain age, I don't have sympathy for sad stories. Mine was sad too. Either you grow or you fold. I think it's inspirational. Like you're misinterpreting it. It doesn't say I don't care about people's traumatic experiences. Like that's not what it's saying at all. It's basically saying like stop having excuses. You know what I mean? It's saying it's just a more fleshed out way of saying stop using excuses for the way that you are, you know? Like take accountability. It's about having accountability for your life, you know? Taking accountability for everything. You know what I mean? Like you could sympathy goes a long way though. Well, I it might be worded too harshly then. Like maybe because maybe it makes you feel that way. Like it's saying like it sounds like a cold-hearted and um like a callous opinion or whatever. But I don't think it's meant to be like that. It's more it's meant to be motivational and inspirational, and I think it could matter. It depends on how you viewed it in the first place. It could matter how you're interpreting it. Let's see how much you watched are on YouTube. How many views does her most popular short have? Over 100,000. I know that, and I know which one it is. It's the one of her standing in front of Tim Hortons. It sounds so funny when I say it out loud. It sounds so funny when I say it out loud. She's standing in front of Tim Hortons. How was the dinner? The dinner was amazing. Are you talking about the dinner when we went to the Korean place or whatever? 141K views. Are you a Swiftie? No. That's like a person who's a fan of Taylor Swift, right? Um, I'm not a Swiftie, but I don't hate Taylor Swift. I don't think that she's that even bad of a singer or anything like that. I think she has some pretty good songs, There's some good ones in there. Is she overrated? Probably. Is she like too prevalent in like media and stuff like that? Probably. But is she a bad singer or is her music bad? Not really. She's got some pretty good hits in there. Hate from Greek Island. Thank you, Kalakalak. Kalak Kalaktaki Kos Kalak. No, the dinner at the halal joint. Oh, the Flamey's chicken place was amazing too. I ate chicken. I ate grilled chicken barbecue chicken, and the mango flavored chicken. I ate French fries. I ate some rice that was left over from somebody else's dish, and I also ate the butter chicken poutine that they had. I don't know, man. I couldn't ever hear someone's sad story and just feel callous towards it. I try to be kind to everyone. Yeah, now see, this is where the balloons. Yeah, these are my balloons, guys. These are my rescue balloons. Um, they were about to go to the balloon slaughterhouse, and I grabbed them and I made sure that they won't be ending up there. Um, no, yeah. So, anyways, Dan, I think this is where the misinterpretation of the quote is. It's not the quote is not saying if somebody's telling you a sad story, you're not to feel any sympathy at all towards them. I think it's trying to say that if you are trying to use your sad story as an excuse to not take accountability for um your where you're at, like where you're at right now, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, um any of the other e's, then that's where you should say that's where you can say I don't feel any sympathy for it. It's not saying that you don't feel bad for somebody that had a traumatic experience. You feel bad for those types of people. Like if somebody came along to you and said, "Oh, I had something bad happen to me. My you know my mom died, or my you know I got something bad happen to me." Like if you said something like that to a person, and that was your sad story, it's not that you don't feel bad, like sympathy for them in the moment. But what the quote is trying to portray is not that you it's not it's like you can't just use that for your excuse for your life. Does that make sense? Nice. I've tried the poutine. I just don't want to step on any Canadian toes, but it just seems like A very dry stew with potatoes. Do you speak any Russian whatsoever? At least the Ukrainian dialect? Um, I not really, not really. I used to remember like some Russian toast or whatever, but not really. I can't remember any of it, guys. I know Russian. I asked many people on live stream and they either ignored the question or gave me the wrong answer. Are you a maths teacher? Did I get it right? Was the answer 11? Was the answer 11, Riruru? Ukraine is lame. I can't believe you ignored my question. What was your question, Chesslates? Oh, if sorry, I totally missed it. If Zara grew an extra 3 feet, would you cut off the relationship? No, like overnight. Like if one day I woke up and she was 8 feet tall. No, it's so it's a quote that requires a lot of elaborating. Dang, man, that's weird. Well, I think it's not about elaborating, it's about interpreting. I think you're just interpreting it wrong. You know what I mean? And maybe that was the point of it. Maybe it was supposed to be evocative, just like the Kanye West song that we were talking about earlier. You know, it was meant to evoke something in people. And it was meant to sound brash. It was meant to be something that stirs the pot a little bit. But to me, when I read that quote, to my understanding of it is that you are to take accountability for your life, you know, and not to use sad stories as your excuse. Like I think that's what it's like. You know what I mean? What do I do for work? I run a business. I run a property maintenance business. What is the point of suffering if all life just ends in all black? That's a bigger question for me then, bro. I don't know. Does Gigi ever get jealous of Zara's subscriber count? I don't think so. I don't know. I've never asked her that. I've never interpreted that, but uh, I don't think so. Where are you from? I'm from Canada. Gigi's channel is like 3 months older than Zara's, which I found surprising. Suffering is a part of the experience. How did you get into the starting your own property management business? Well, I worked in the industry for a long time first before, so uh it was easy for me to get into because I kind of already knew what I was doing. You know what I mean? I already had the skills. I already had already had like the business plan, like the layout. So um that's how. It wasn't hard. Like I just basically I had a job at a company that already did that, and then I branched off out on my own. Bro, respect to you. Thank you, Scarface. I appreciate that. Who is Gigi? That is my sister-in-law, my wife's sister. What am I doing for a living? I just explained I run a business. Yes, 11 is the next prime number. The same series was a set of prime numbers. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And I think it confused people because um, I think people think that the question is like a math question. Like I think they think it's like add one, then add two, then add two, then add one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I bet you a lot of people think it's eight or it's like going to be nine or something like that. But I just looked at the numbers and I realized that those were all prime numbers, which means that they can only be divided equally without fractions by one and themselves, right? That's the correct answer, right? So 9 could be divided by 3. So that's why 9 doesn't count as a prime number. And 10 can be divided by 5 and 2. And 11 is the next prime. That's why sympathy is so important, because we've all suffered at one point or another. Oh, you're married. He's gay, right? What do you want your country to join America? No, I don't want that. How come my Tiger Cats never win the Grey Cup? Didn't they win it one year, like a few years ago? They beat the Stamps, didn't they not? Or am I out to lunch on that one? Why aren't you guys moving back east instead of Van? And what's the plan once you get to Van? Um, well, we're not even from the east, bro. We're from Alberta, which is still considered the west. I know it's more east than Vancouver, but when people say back east, they're talking about like Ontario or Nova Scotia, or whatever, you know? If you could make a law that required everyone in the world to do one thing for 1 minute a day for 360 days a year, what would that be? The really simple answer would be pray, I think. But that sounds so cheesy or whatever, but let me think about this hard though. I feel like 1 minute is such a short amount of time. You know what I mean? I don't know if I could think of anything else that would make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, what else would make sense for everybody? So, if I can make one law that required everyone in the world, the whole world, not just the country or whatever, the whole entire world to do once a day, every single day, 365 a year, what would that be? I don't know. Like, nothing else really makes sense. Like, I guess maybe the only other thing that could potentially make sense would be like you have to like log on to onto like some sort of like a media announcement. You know what I mean? Because in this fantasy hypothetical thing, there has to be like a governor of the entire world, right? Or else how can somebody make a law that is required by everyone in the whole world to do, right? To abide by, right? So the governor, would have to have a way to communicate with everybody in the world. So it would have to be like you have to log on to the server for at least 1 minute a day, and you have to listen to the message of the day or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. Did you join the army before? No, I never did. Hello, can we play Roblox? I can't. A lifetime ago, I had a Grizzlies jersey and a hat. I think I did too, back in the day, like when I was in grade 3. Bro must be one of the calmest people I've ever seen. Do you ever get angry? I get angry sometimes, yeah. Ice couldn't be doing a better job. Let's shave our eyebrows tonight. I'm gonna let you go first, Arboreal. Arboreal Octopi. It matched my sneakers. Fuck Ice. Water a tree would be cool. Hey, see now, Dan's thinking outside the box. I was thinking like everybody needs to like beam into like some sort of like message from the ruler or something else. I would make people donate a penny to something each day. Any man, why? No, I man, why the fuck you look like Alex the Lion if he were human? Who's Alex the Lion? What's he from? DBZ loaded 900. Favorite video game as a kid, and don't say Super Mario. Video game as a kid. Now I'm not allowed to say Super Mario. Can I say Mario Party or Mario Kart? Because those are both really good games. But if I had to choose, I would say either Donkey Kong 64 or Banjo Kazooie. Or you know what I really liked was Conker's Bad Fur Day. Have you passed the age of consent and not know Madagascar? Oh, that's a movie, right? I never seen that one, to be honest. I think I might have seen a little bit of it. Like it's the one with the lemurs or whatever, right? And they're dancing. There's like a king. I think I seen the beginning of it, but I don't think I watched that whole movie. And I've seen a lot of kids movies. Like I'm not even gonna lie, guys. Like I literally watched I watched half of The Nightmare Before Christmas today. And I watched half of Kung Fu Panda 4 just a few days ago. And what else have I watched recently? I watched Zootopia just the other day. Alex the Lion used to be my spirit animal when I was training in fighting gyms. I loved how he would say, "It's showtime." Huge inspiration of mine. Kevin Kravcha Rathi said there. Thank you, Kevin Craven. If I went to Canada for the first time, what's the biggest culture shock I would face? Where are you from, Chesslights? Like it would depend on where you're from. If you're from United States, I don't think you'd face much of a culture shock, to be honest. Like I already explained this earlier, the culture of Canada and culture of USA is pretty similar. It's not really different at all here, guys. Like, there's certain states that I think feel more foreign than Canada itself does to the rest of the United States. And what I mean by that is there's certain states that are like that are so weird. You know, is marijuana legal in your entire country? I think so. Yeah, I think there's a Canadian law of legal marijuana. Why do Canadians drive so bad though? I thought y'all were nice. Canadians don't drive bad. That's just a old wives' tale. In fact, Canadians drive really good because we drive in the snow. Americans don't know how to drive in the snow. Oh, we're in Canada right now. Yeah, we're in Canada. This is Canadian YouTube. But yeah, we drive in the snow, guys. So that means we know how to drive real good. But like I said, Canadian culture is literally no different than American. Like, you wouldn't really notice the difference if you came to Canada and you were just like walking around. You'd literally think that you're in like the states that are the most similar. You'd think you're in like Minnesota or Colorado or Utah or Washington. Like, those states are all really similar to Canada. Who's getting Tim Hortons tomorrow? Hell yeah, I am. I am unknown. You should watch the movie Kid Cannabis. It's based on a true story in Canada. Okay. Montana. Yeah, Montana is like, to me, the state of Montana feels like rural Alberta. Michigan feels like southern Ontario. Colorado feels like metropolis Alberta, like Calgary or Edmonton. Washington State feels like British Columbia. The east, like the eastern United States that are close, like Vermont and New Hampshire or whatever, those feel like the maritime provinces. I went to college in Colorado. Horrible place. Canadians are nothing like Colorado people. I disagree, Seawag. Aloha. It's Colorado. It's taboo to have manners. Chat. Denver, Colorado is a dump. Colorado people are South Park characters. Sup D. LMAO. It's from Asia. Do you think it's worth it to join the US Army this year? Oh, I'm from Asia. And do you think it's worth it to join the US Army this year? I don't think it's worth it to join the US Army any year, guys. It's pronounced New Hampshire. What did I say? New Hampshire? I don't believe you spent much time in Colorado. You know what? To be honest, I don't think I did either. I don't think I ever spent much time in Colorado at all. I think I drove through it for a second, maybe, even if that. So, I mean, you could be wrong. I spent a lot of time in Utah. And you know what? Utah seems like it's Canada, to be honest. Like, if you closed your eyes and you looked around, you would have no idea where you're at because your eyes would be closed. No, man, don't join at all unless you're going to do something easily, like just be a cook for the free education. Why do you think it's not worth it? Don't they got a decent salary? Oh, no, I don't think it's worth it because you might be sent to another country to like shoot people and kill them or be shot and killed yourself. Like, that doesn't sound very fun at all, man. That's not worth it. In Colorado, women get mad if you hold the door for them. I've heard enough about Colorado to not want to visit. Southern Colorado feels like Texas, like Cortez, Grand Junction, Pueblo area. Colorado is like a colder California. Can you shout out my cat? Sure, what's your cat's name, DZ Blood? Colorado have the hairiest woman I've ever seen. Why is everybody hating on Colorado right now? It's also pronounced New Orleans, not New Orleans. They'll make you bomb Palestine kids. Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, do you really want to go and bomb other countries for no reason? Her name is Gabe Owners. Aw, what a sweet name. Gabe Owners. I know a 21-year-old man who is 5 foot tall. Is his height good? I mean, it could be better. I got arrested in Pueblo. LOL, camping. Then again, I'm Hawaii, so only a few places truly sound enticing. For real, 5 foot tall is more than enough. And it's pronounced Illinois, not Illinois. Did I say Illinois? I don't think I even said Illinois. Say something about South Africa and corruption. Okay, South Africa, I would like to say is, if I had to guess, I bet you it's one of the most corrupt states. Let's look it up, guys. What are the most corrupt governments? And we'll see if South Africa's on it. Okay, so according to the Corruption Perception Index, CPI 2024, the most corrupt countries in the world are South Sudan, Somalia, and Venezuela, with a score of 8, 9, and 10, respectively. The top 10 corrupt countries. Are you guys ready for this? These are the top 10 most corrupt countries. Number 1, South Sudan. Number 2, Somalia. Number 3, Venezuela. Number 4, Syria. Number 5, Yemen. Number 6, Libya. Number 7, Eritrea. Number 8, Equatorial Guinea. Number 9, Nicaragua. Number 10, Sudan. So South Africa was not on this list. Where are you from? I'm from Canada. What do you really think about India? Your honest opinion. Please, no filters. I don't know. India, it seems like an interesting place. A lot of history there. Um, it seemed, honestly, if no filter, like if I had to say something completely unfiltered about it, I think it's probably overpopulated in a lot of areas. Like at least it seems to be. I mean, I've never been there, but it looks like it's a little overpopulated. And it looks beautiful in other areas. I've seen some of the amazing temples that are like they like dug them down in the ground. Instead of building them up, they took like a giant rock, like a mountain basically, and then like hollowed it out to build like a beautiful temple. Do you identify as a female? No, I identify as male. What's your longest fart you've ever leaked out? Never counted. Liberals have ruined Colorado, and I'm not even political. Dang, that sucks. Can we hear your battle fart? No. Do you like Trump? Nah, not really. Shout out from Iraq. Nice. Shout out to Big L from Iraq. I like the lie for fighting flatulence. What is going on with these fart jokes, guys? This is ridiculous. Liberals turn Colorado. So true. You have a large nose and mouth. Thank you, liability. I've been growing it since I was a baby. Have you? I know some cowboys from Brush, Colorado. Been to the cattle sale barn there before. Some Brokeback Mountain cowboys, maybe. Protesters block the interstate during the protests in Denver, Colorado. It's awful. West Colfax is fun. Understand. Hey, let me contribute in increasing y'all knowledge of search shrimping. Yeah, sounds interesting to me too. A little. Average. You're my favorite trans streamer of all time. Thank you for streaming, and it gives me hope that any trans person or N-bi person can be a streamer. Thanks, Spineless Venom. Trans? He's a trans? Nope. What does trans mean, guys? Like, is that, I thought that was a thing inside of the car. Like, that makes the gears spin. Like, you know when you change gears? Like, you say you're driving along, right? And you want to stop and go backwards. You, like, shift the gear shift, and isn't the trans what makes it so, like, the gears switch so then you can drive backwards? Hog reveal? Yes, they're trans. LMAO, LMAO. Transformer hockey. It means transformer. Transformers because of you look like the dad who have skills in a car engine. That's cool. Hi, transition. Yep, that's it. You are funny. Thanks, guys. That's what I thought it was the whole time. But I'm actually confused. What does NB mean though? Should I look this up, guys? I'm gonna look up NB because I've actually never heard that before. Okay, I googled NB. I'm gonna read you guys the definition. the term NB is pronounced NB, and it's short for like N, like the letter N, and then the B, non-binary, referring to individuals whose gender identity does not fit exclusively into the categories of male or female. It was coined in 2013 by a Tumblr user and serves as an inclusive label for those who identify outside of the traditional gender binary. NB is often used as a term of self expression and belonging within the LGBTQ plus community. I actually didn't even know that. I just read that because I never even heard that term before, even though it's been around since 2013 on a Tumblr post. Why did the Jew cross the road? Because there was a bank on the other side. For pennies, I was close. I didn't expect it to actually be funny, Seawag. Good job. Why are you guys thinking that's funny? Hello, new here. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Senya. TLBGQ. Yeah, you know how TLDR? Too long, didn't read. Too long, non-binary, gay, queer. That's TNBLGQ. What's this live about? Just chatting. We were chatting about these balloons on the ceiling. What else? Not gonna lie, bro. You look like you put your hands on your chin, lean back, and whisper, "Interesting." After hearing the worst idea imaginable, I do actually quite a bit. Not about the worst idea, but I've noticed this about myself. I know somebody asked me earlier, "Do you think of yourself any differently after becoming a streamer?" The only thing I would say, I don't think of myself differently, but maybe I noticed a little bit more about myself, is that I do like to, think a lot, and I kind of go like this. Interesting. Like I do think a lot about stuff. I'm from India. Namaste, salam. Dude, how do you stay flat in the middle? What do you mean flat in the middle? Like, are you talking about your body? Like your stomach? This is chat when hockey is off season. What? I don't know what you mean by that one either. Can I talk some politics? Ask some questions I have to? Sure, ask me some. Hockey doesn't share his toxic opinions too often. It's all lighthearted fun. That's true. You look educated in politics. Yeah, sure. I'm more into talking politics than I do. Remember earlier the thing I said, I don't talk about religion on here. Um, I would talk about politics over religion, just because politics is more. I think it's more fluid. You know what I mean? Talk politics in India. Stay in India. That's wrong to say because we're on an international platform. CWAG. Are you married? I'm married. Yeah. See, look, I'm wearing my ring. But my ring, just to let you guys know, it's made of rubber. See? It looks like it's like solid or whatever, but it's actually made of rubber. Based CWAG. I F that. Let's talk about a squid versus an octopus. Have you ever seen those African streams with the people in their huts? I haven't, no. I'm going to be a completely 100% fair and honest with you guys and hope nobody judges me on this. I don't watch any streams. I don't watch streamers at all. I know I am a streamer now and I've fallen into it, but the only streams that I've ever watched are like my wife's and my sister's. I mean, sister-in-laws. I've never watched other streamers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't watch them. They throw trash everywhere. One of these days, I want to donate $10 to see their reaction. LOL. Please read my question. Sorry, I missed your question, Sanya. Brother, what you think about this all going on in the world? I'm a little nervous. Don't be nervous, bro. Everything's gonna be good. It's all good. The thing about the world that people forget is it's always been effed up, guys. Like it's actually always we've always been on the brink of a war. We've always been on the brink of, some thing collapsing, and unless you're right there in the war zone, like unless you literally have lived your whole life in like Palestine or something like that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all good. You know what I mean? We're not, no, like, we're fine, you know? If you're sitting here on YouTube Live right now, you're fine. We're fine, guys. We're all chill. I just come here to troll. I know. I missed you, C-Wag. Same here. I only watch you guys. Oh, thanks. That's so great, guys. I'm actually so happy to hear that. I used to watch Zara and Gigi, but I have less time these days, and I'd rather hang with the boys. That's fine. True. I'm a little scared. WW3 nuclear thing. Facts. Yeah, you know what I heard? This is an interesting this is a really interesting one. I heard that India developed the nuclear bomb like independently of the other countries or something like that. Like, do you guys know what I mean? Like, you know how they say that the first nuclear weapon was invented in the United States of America back in like the, I think, 40s or 50s or whatever, because they no, sorry, was it the 20s? The 20s or 30s? Whenever it was, I forget the timelines of it all, right? But they invented nuclear weapons, right? They dropped the first atomic bombs, and then you know Russia had their bombs or whatever, and eventually other countries started getting their hands on the technology through like you know trade relationships and trade secrets or whatever. I then heard though that supposedly India made their own nuclear bomb recently. Is that true? It's all good. It's just aged out of getting drafted. Whose birthday was it? It was my wife's birthday 2 days ago. With the Soviet help, bro. Oh, okay. I didn't know the Soviets helped. I thought they did it like independently. We're all gonna die. 19 was probably the safest time in recent history. That was a crazy time. Like, can everybody just remember back what was like in COVID? Like, that was such a weird time. But India can be trusted. Iran, not so much. 30s. You mean chicken tikka masala? The 40s. The 40s. Was it the 40s or 30s? Because that's the nuclear bomb right there for my stomach. Mainly due to Iran's hostility towards a large number of nation states. India, wahahaha. Do you think the world will end soon? No, I don't think so. Russian Soviet had more nuclear bomb than USA and Europe. Long time ago they did. We're all cooked if there's a nuclear war. Here's the thing about this type of shit though, guys. Why would they disclose that though? Like the governments lie all the time, guys. You think they're just going to be forthright and upfront about how many bombs that they secretly have? You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you see you go, I'll Google it right now. I got the computer in front of me. How many nuclear warheads does each country have? I'm going to Google that right now. And these are the estimated numbers as of 2024. I'm going to read them to you guys. Russia has approximately 5,459 warheads with 1,718 actively deployed. The USA has approximately 5,177 warheads with 1,670 actively deployed. China, around 600. India, estimated 160. Pakistan, approximately 165. North Korea, 40 to 50. France, around 300. United Kingdom, 225. Israel, estimated 90. Where did they get these numbers from? Do you think these governments are just gonna say, "Oh yeah, we got about 90. We got about 90." You think they're gonna just say that out loud, guys? Why would they do that? Why would they tip their hands? You know what I mean? Like if they're serious about it, you really think that they just have 5,000 whatever? Like that just doesn't make any sense. Long time. Oh yeah, we got to keep going. What's up, hockey? First time here. What's up, Sham LFC? What's up, bro? Russia is the first nuclear superpower, unfortunately. I don't, man. I just hope I don't get nuked or made to disappear. Yeah, that would suck, guys. in the 40s, overhyped the nuclear bomb. Anybody can make it. They just need the correct material. I guess, but they need the material, and wouldn't they need the like the know-how or whatever? Like wouldn't they need the blueprints or whatever too? You know, Israel can also have a nuclear bomb, secret with USA and Russia help to scare Uncle Sam, USA. Yes, but our setup for the nuclear war is so much better. Do you play the Tim's Hockey Challenge on the Tim's app? Oh, I used to play that. Oh man, frig. I'm at you just dang it. Dang it. You just reminded me about that. And you know why it upsets me, Euler 9350? Because I used to play it every single day, and then I forgot to play it. And then once you forget once, like it's over. At least it's for me. Like I just forget to play it. And the dumbest thing is, guys, I go to Tim's every day. Like, you know what I mean? Like I always get coffee. I get coffee from Timmy's at least twice a day, every day. You know what I mean? And yeah, I forget to play the Tim's Hockey Challenge on the Tim's app. And I use my Tim's app every single day because I get the points. I scan and pay it, right? And then yeah, I should be playing the little the hockey challenge, but thanks for reminding me. Maybe I'll start playing it again. I think the USA really has 5,000 nukes, yes. Yeah, I mean, this is what the estimates are all saying, right? But I just don't know. I don't know to trust them. You know what I mean? China's itching to nuke the US. Russia, USA 5K. China 5,000. China is always itching. I'm kind of extreme prepper. I know all this stuff. Yeah, but do you really trust them, bro? Do you really trust them, Seawag? You really think that they're going to tell you how many nukes they have? Hey, what's on your face there? Something brown. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I think they're not sure. Government will not tell, brother. Yeah, exactly. I swear to God it'll happen if they fuck with us. Drake the type of dude to turn his lifelong friend and slap him and say, this is for almost getting us killed, and then kiss him and go, and that's for saving my life. Good one. Israel doesn't need to have any nukes. They're extremely hostile, and there's a reason why Israelis are banned from lots of countries. The know-how is on YouTube. Israel has about 50. Dan, is that even the reason they got nukes? Because everyone hates them? Great white versus big crocodile. Oof. That's a great question. I don't know, man. I think the great white, because if they ended up running into each other, the great white shark and the crocodile, the great white is adept in deep waters. He'd pull him under, you know what I mean? Like, I think crocodiles are more, you know, even though they're aquatic, they're semi-aquatic, right? Like they come out onto land. So if they somehow bumped up into each other, we're assuming there would be a deep enough water for the great white to pull them down, you know? That's what I think. And also the big crocodile breathes air, doesn't he? He can't breathe underwater. He could just hold his breath for a long time. You look like a doctor, not gonna lie. Thanks. I guess I appreciate that. Zara mentioned a few weeks ago that you got your own channel. I just randomly scrolled into it now. Subscribed. Big up from UK. Thanks, Sham. I really appreciate that, bro. I need all the subs I can get. I'm trying to get to 1,000. 1,000%. Israel must be stopped. Chest lights. Dumb, silly coward. Dan, Israel strong, US country are behind. Say Jew. That's the thing that I used to forget. I've been on 6-day streak 4 different times. I just couldn't get the 7th. Now, hopefully today, I can complete my first 7 and get the free coffee, but you ever win. Yeah, I know. That's the thing, bro. That's what I'm trying to say about the Tim's Hockey Challenge, right? I've been on such good streaks so many times. And then once you forget, it like eats at me. I'm like, fuck, I forgot to put in my picks. And it's too late, right? Like you just forget to do it one day, right? You know, you're too busy. You're not, you know, you're just like in the go mode. You know, you don't open your Tim's app besides a couple times to pay for your coffees. Next thing you know, it's the next day and you're checking it out and you're like, oh, frig, I didn't put my picks in. I just lost my streak. And right then and there, you're just like, it's over, man. It's done. Same thing happened actually to Zara's Duolingo streak. You know, me and Zara had a long Duolingo streak for a long time. She was learning language as well. And then I remember she like missed a day, and then she just never played it again. Speak of the devil, look who that be. It's my sweet wifey. That was a rhyme I just made up, guys. Are you coming to bed?
Yeah.
Should I end off the live then, I guess? No, I'm tired, guys. I've been up all day.
I'm so tired.
I'm literally dog tired. Like, I'm sorry, guys, if my enthusiasm is not very high right now. It's because I've been up since the morning, working all day, streaming all night. Okay, one last question. What do you think of Rocky's new album, Don't Be Dumb? I don't listen to Rocky. That's like a rapper, right?
Rocky?
Yeah, it's a rapper.
He's the one that had that crowd crush thing.
Yeah, he made no, was it?
I don't know.
I thought that was Travis Scott.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. No, but he might have been involved. He might have been there. Okay, guys, I'm ending the live. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate everybody who came on and chatted tonight. Hello, random fellow. Hope you are well. Thanks. God bless. One last question. Have a no or a nuclear boxer in a movie? Yeah, Rocky 3, Rocky 4. Peace out, guys. I hope you all have a great night.